Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at, this is part two. We kind of did like a impromptu unboxing on these, and then I had an emergency, I had to leave. So now we're going to be getting into the review part. Very short review on these. This is a very lower budget end IM. Not to say that it's cheap, but it's inexpensive. There's some writing there. And we did the specs already in the unboxing, which I'm not sure if I'm even going to upload because I had to cut it short. Here is the specs on it. We'll go over it one more time. You have an impedance of 22 ohms at 108 decibels of sensitivity. The response is 10 to 40 kilohertz. Pin type is a 0.75 millimeter, 3.5 termination. It's to be noted that it is the curved style, usually common with TRN, curved style 2-pin. And that's about it. That's on here. That's really of importance. It is a hybrid consisting of a balanced armature and a dynamic driver. And overall, you know, I mean, it's not bad looking. The style doesn't do anything for me in this. Maybe the green would have been a little bit prettier from what I've seen. This all black just looks, you know, plain, and it's not really the important part. At this price range, you're not really, I mean, you'll definitely go out and buy something that looks good in this price range. Obviously, if something looks better, you're going to jump on it. I would, at least. But in its category, it looks, you know, it has average looks. So it's kind of a nice design too, you know. If this was actually made out of metal, I think that would look stunning, to be quite honest, that design. But all black plastic, maybe if this was a different color or a metal faceplate or something, it might have looked just a little bit different aesthetic wise. Just going over the looks of it overall. I'm very big on the looks. I mean, that's the first thing that attracts me to an IEM is the looks. I don't look at the reviews or anything else until I've seen, you know, exactly what something looks like. Then it piques my interest, and I read the reviews and, you know, Amazon reviews and all the other reviewers that I follow out there, big and small. I follow the small ones too. There's a lot of knowledgeable people out there, and hopefully I'm one of them for you, because I've been doing this for so many years, and I've also been an artist for a number of years. So there have been a few companies where I've actually given pointers on the design and look of some things, but we're not going to get into that. So just overall looking at it, I take back, you know, the plain comment that I looked I'm sure there are a lot of people that are going to like this look, and judging by the price that these are, I mean, I'm not going to be nitpicky about the whole thing, definitely. So we're all looking at this. I accidentally hit the camera, sorry about that. I apologize for not doing reviews in a little bit. I think the last thing we did was the neckband wireless. I have been testing a ton of stuff, and besides an extremely busy schedule as it is, and a lot of personal problems right now, my aunt just recently passed away and stuff, so I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get these out to you, and I'm definitely testing everything out, so that when the time comes and I have the time to do one of these videos, I'm ready to go. This was actually, I was done testing these out like, I don't know, a week ago. I actually had to listen to these again the other night, just to, you know, get a double take on these. And I did the head-fi review, as I always do in the blog review. I usually do the video first, but don't count on that. With my hectic schedule, I try to do whatever I can do first. And obviously the video is coming second with this, so the other review is up. Now, I was upset because of the nozzle. So one of the nozzles was bent and just barely hanging on, and the other nozzle that I had fell off. I managed to fix them. They're in there pretty good. I just dropped it, and the nozzle's not coming off as far as I know, so that's fine. Speaking of the nozzles, you can get a look at that. They're kind of on the short side, a little chubby nozzle. Wasn't the nozzle itself that fell off. It was the filter on there. The glue wasn't fully in place. One was halfway inside, bent, which I had to unbend, as you can see by the little dents there. And the other one just came right off. So, and that's unusual because I personally know a lot of people over at Cvj. There are a lot of groups where I know like people, TRN and stuff like that, which I can't remember the last time I did a TRN headphone. Not that they're good, not good. I actually like them a lot. Another one is TFC. I absolutely love them. And I've borrowed the IMs, but I didn't have them long enough to do a review on. But, I'll get to things as I can. I don't have the largest budget in the world. And before I continue rambling for 10 minutes, I suppose you want to know what the sound like is on these. Now, build quality, I have to give it an average. It's decent enough, but it's very lightweight. Look-wise, that will be, dependent on the person. For me, they don't really do anything for me. I think that they look decent enough for the price range, and so we'll just keep it at that. That they're decent enough looking. See if I can get them to catch the thing. Packaging is different now. You get the similar thing here with the tips that look like TRN tips, the typical pouch, and the cable organizer. And of course the cable is that typical cable, kind of almost a TRN style. It can get tangled, but it's not the worst at all. I can't use KZ as a reference anymore because their cables that are starting to actually be halfway decent. So the packaging isn't wooden anymore with Cvj. I don't know about the other ones. I actually was sent out the mirrors, I believe, and they just never came, excuse me. So I never did the mirrors, but other than that, I've owned every Cvj that's out so far, except for the mirror, which is often confused with the heart mirror from HZ Sound. As with these, there's also there's another CSE, is it, or CSA? I don't know. We did the CSA, and this is basically in that same category as the CSA. I don't know, that checkered kind of printed thing that the CSA had. I don't know if these look better, equal. What's your opinion on it? Do you have those as well? What's the better one from Cvj in the budget? Because they're both basically priced in the same range. This one just being newer and differently, kind of improvement in the sound a little bit. That house sound that Cvj usually had. These are a little bit more toward the kind of a relaxed V-shape signature. I'm trying to look at my notes here. Where are my notes? These are others' notes. Most of these are kind of the same. It's a V-shape, obviously. There's kind of equal elevation there in the sub and mid bass. Typical V-shape. It's got a lot of nice punch to it. Then we get into the mids, and the mids have a decent amount of clarity to them. They're warm. This is a nicely tuned, kind of mature V-shape with a nice warmth to it. They have enough clarity, but they are recessed, and that's not a bad thing because you get that with a lot of V-shapes. Now, there are some V-shapes that push vocals forward and try to mitigate that, that recession a little bit. These don't do that. The vocals are decent, and the mids themselves are decent in details, but there is a recession there, and you will hear that, especially on older tracks. If you're listening to like rock from the 70s or anything else like that, you'll notice that a little bit more. It depends on how the track is recorded, as much as the IAMs themselves. Then we get into the treble, and the treble is good. It's not overly peaky. It has, a nice clean amount of detail, the sparkle there. Um, it's not the greatest resolution in either thing, from bass to the treble, but this is a budget offering, and the BA does give it a nice amount of sparkle and details in the upper end, and the dynamic driver gives it the bass. Thus, it's a V shape. So it isn't exactly a typical V shape. It has some different refinements that make it different. And overall, I would have to say that this is a really fun sounding IAM that has, some pleasant tonality to it. And it's decent for the price range. I think people starting on this journey would actually find this really good. And I'm surrounded by cables here. Excuse me, because the microphone doesn't have a charge, so I'm running it straight off the cable. Um, yeah, I mean, I can see people liking these. I'm not going to recommend these for advanced people at all. We've, kind of got our own thing, doing when we're doing more advanced things, especially after hearing like $14,000 IMs and stuff like that. I'm not going to say this is as good as a $680. This is good for its price range. It's a good budget offering. If you're looking for something to take with you somewhere and you don't want to take something much more money, like maybe your diamonds or something like that in the new field, this is nice. I can think of a few that I like better, but they're actually far above this price range. They're more in the $30, $40 price range. So in this price range, this is very good. Is it as good as, say, a ZSN Pro, ZSN Pro X? Um, it doesn't have that harshness that they do, and I believe me, I like the KZ deep bass and high treble thing sometimes. I know that it can cause fatigue. I don't think you'll get as much fatigue with these. It's a much safer tuned IAM, in my opinion. It looks decent. It's built decent enough. It's very lightweight. It's a nice shape. It's a nice size. The tips are decent enough. The cable is decent enough. So basically, this is all you need to just begin to start your journey. Or if you need an extra pair to just throw in the bag and go and not have to worry about something, being stolen or something like that, definitely I could think of these in that spot. So with that, I'm going to recommend them. I think I've taken the long way around to recommend them. I don't think I'm going to do the unboxing video because here's the box. We'll just go over this stuff right now. Here's the box. It isn't the wooden box that I was used to, but it's a box nonetheless, and it's actually a decent looking box. Don't get me wrong, the wooden one was really nice, but overall this has got a lot of nice graphics. It's far from just a plain white box with nothing on it other than the name of the IM. They take a lot of time to help with the aesthetics of the unboxing process and giving you a pouch, which is more than a lot of companies do, and a cable protector as well, and also providing a cable that actually has real aluminum pieces. The separator and the 3.5 millimeter are all aluminum with gold plating. They give you the extra chips, they give you the pouch. Themselves, there's no real sharp edges or anything, so it's very comfortable. So overall build quality is decent enough. I suppose I should just cite the fact that the filters on the nozzles fell off, and other than that, everything else is perfectly fine. They work decent right out of the box. They sound good. So this has been the Cvj Cse not to be confused with the CSA, which is also a hybrid and in this price range. Let me know down below. Do you like these? Do you like the other ones? What's your favorite in this price range, around $20 right now? Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll see you again with a new video soon.